The air crackled with tension. A hush fell over the New York City courtroom. All eyes were on Steve Bannon, the once untouchable strategist, the self-proclaimed architect of Trump's victory. Now, he stood exposed, a con man facing justice. With a grim face, Bannon uttered the words that sealed his fate. Guilty. The charges were serious, scheming to defraud donors in the We Build the Wall campaign. This wasn't some Washington, D.C. power play. This was about betrayal, about preying on ordinary Americans' deepest fears and patriotic instincts. Bannon, the supposed populist champion, had lined his pockets with their hard-earned money. The judge, stern and unwavering, sentenced Bannon to 3 years of conditional discharge. No jail time, but a permanent stain on his reputation. A reminder that in the annals of American justice, no one, not even a political heavyweight like Bannon, is above the law. The guilty plea sent shockwaves through the political landscape. It was a stark reminder that the long arm of the law can reach even the most powerful figures. But for the victims of Bannon's deception, it was a moment of bittersweet vindication. We Build the Wall. The name itself was a rallying cry, a promise to fortify America's borders and keep out what some deemed dangerous outsiders. Millions of dollars poured in from ordinary citizens, driven by fear, fueled by Bannon's fiery rhetoric. They believed they were contributing to a greater cause, securing their nation's future. The reality was far more sinister. Bannon, along with his co-conspirators, saw an opportunity, a chance to exploit the anxieties of a nation. They pocketed millions, siphoning funds meant for the wall into their own accounts. The promised bricks and mortar never materialized. The scheme was audacious in its scope, brazen in its execution. Bannon, once a master manipulator of the media, now found himself on the receiving end of scathing headlines. The very people he claimed to champion, the working class, the forgotten men and women of America, were the ones he had so ruthlessly betrayed. The We Build the Wall scandal wasn't just about financial fraud, it was about a deeper erosion of trust, a betrayal of the very ideals Bannon claimed to espouse. Bannon's legal troubles extended beyond the We Build the Wall scheme. He had been indicted on federal charges related to the same case in 2020, but in a move that shocked many, then-President Trump, in the waning hours of his presidency, granted Bannon a pardon. The pardon, however, only applied to the federal charges. It did not shield Bannon from the state charges brought against him in New York. This legal loophole would prove to be Bannon's undoing. While he may have escaped the federal net, the state of New York was determined to hold him accountable. As if the We Build the Wall case wasn't enough, Bannon faced another legal battle. He was found guilty of contempt of Congress for defying a subpoena from the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. This time there was no presidential pardon to save him. Bannon served 4 months in federal prison, a stark fall from grace for someone who had once operated in the highest echelons of power. Bannon's journey through the legal system was a testament to the complexities of the American justice system. It was a story of hubris, of impunity, and ultimately, of accountability. It's impossible to tell the story of Steve Bannon's legal downfall without mentioning the looming presence of Donald Trump. The two men were once inseparable, bound by a shared ideology and a desire to upend the political establishment. But their fates diverged in the aftermath of the We Build the Wall scandal. While Bannon faced prosecution, Trump remained largely unscathed, at least directly, in that specific case. However, Trump's own legal troubles, particularly his conviction on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records by the same Manhattan district attorney who prosecuted Bannon, cast a long shadow over Bannon's case. The connection was undeniable. Bannon's conviction served as a reminder that even those closest to Trump were not immune to the consequences of their actions. It raised questions about whether Trump himself would ever face accountability for his role in the We Build the Wall scheme or any of the other scandals that plagued his presidency. As Bannon faded from the political spotlight, a convicted felon, the question lingered: was this the beginning of a reckoning for the Trump era, or would the former president and his allies continue to evade justice?